Hey, how's it going, everyone? My name is John. Just wanted to touch base with y'all. Been since a while, haven't talked with y'all online on Instagram. I've been installing and then uninstalling Instagram quite often these days because it's just a distraction. But from time to time, I just want to pop in here and share some information that could be very helpful on your journey. Now that I've been deep diving into the subconscious mind, I've been working really hard at this, at reshaping my subconscious mind. Now through this very quick presentation, I will discuss a little bit more, and I'm going to be using my computer, if you guys can see on my computer, alright? So what we have here, in the unconscious thinking, you guys want to examine this at all times. The unconscious thinking is who you really are at the very, very core level. Your true habits and beliefs, your values, your creativity, your self-worth, your imagination, self-confidence, long-term memory, automatic bodily functions. When we're talking about your subconscious mind or the unconscious thinking, even your bodily functions are controlled by the subconscious mind. That could be your heart rate, respiratory rate, talking about the blood pH, your blood sugar. In science, in medicine, they call it homeostasis. You're trying to always keep your body in check to make it as always functioning optimally best it possibly can. That is the unconscious thinking. Now, a lot of people may be struggling with weight loss rebound. They don't know why. They're always one step forward, two steps back. Maybe they're trying to lose some weight. They said, you know what? I'm going to set out a goal for myself. I want to be losing weight in 2025. What happens when they try to go on that journey? Well, they're going to work very hard. From January 1st to probably right now to June, they're going to be working very hard. So when July kicks in, they'll be like, I want to get really good photos done for my Instagram photos. I want to be looking good when I get my TikTok videos. So they go out there 6 months of the year, work very hard, and achieve that six-pack abs. That stuff only works when you're in your 20s. I just want you all, I don't know how old y'all are. You're trying to get six-pack abs in your 30s and 40s. It becomes increasingly more difficult. But today I want to discuss about the subconscious mind. What is really down there in the subconscious mind? What is that self-image down there that you don't see? That's what really controls you at a very core level that you don't even know. You don't know why, for whatever reason. After summer, okay, when September rolls around, your activity level goes down, you go back into work, you're sitting in an office, sedentary lifestyle, not very exciting. And then what happens when October kicks in? When October kicks in, way before you're dealing with Halloween, you have all this candy, you're gonna get cupcakes, you get pumpkin pies in the office break room, and everyone is uptaking their sugar in October. After a couple of weeks that happens, you're gonna be rolling into Thanksgiving dinners, multiple Thanksgiving dinners, not just one. People gonna be inviting you. Maybe you are doing Thanksgiving dinner at your own house. What's going to happen after next? Christmas is going to happen. Christmas happens. You're going to be eating more throughout Christmas. And you wonder why it's very difficult for you to achieve six-pack abs. You have something called weight loss rebound. Weight loss rebound. You work hard, couple months out of the year. But later on, you're going to go back to your former self. You're going to gain back all that weight. You're never going to achieve your six-pack abs permanently. If you're looking for long-term success, what you guys want to do, you need to understand how they are installing into your subconscious mind. As I discussed earlier before, I'm going to be doing a little bit of PowerPoint presentations. Your unconscious thinking, this guy is in control. Now, many of you, you've probably seen this chart. If you've been in personal development, I'm sure you've seen this chart at some point. The conscious thinking, this is what controls your short-term memory, logical thinking, your willpower, decisions, and analysis. But over here, your unconscious thinking, your subconscious mind, it bypasses all this conscious thinking. It overrides your conscious thinking. This one is going to win every single time. You need to understand what is currently being installed in your subconscious mind, how you need to identify those characters that are sitting down there, deep down inside. That is your image. That is your true habit, your true beliefs about yourself, your true identity, your true self-worth and imagination. How does this work? Well, for many years, people have been programmed, and then they've been programmed to watch these types of TV shows that will take them on detours. People love watching King of the Hill. People love watching Hank Hill. He's very relatable. He's absolutely very relatable. People love watching him. And what does he do? All he does is go to work that is very average. He comes back home, average home. He has a nagging wife. His kids respect or don't respect him. He has his friends. None of them are high performers. And every single day you watch this guy drinking beer, hanging out with his friends. And you wonder why your life turns out in the same way. Here's another TV show I'm sure many of you are familiar with. Homer Simpson in The Simpsons. Once again, goes to an average job that he doesn't enjoy going to. Comes back home. Sometimes he has arguments with his wife. What does he look forward to? He looks forward to drinking that beer all the time. That's another example of how they're installing these characters inside your subconscious mind. The more you watch this, you more identify with them, the more you will become like them. I'm sure you heard this before. You become what you think about most of the time. How else are they programming inside your subconscious mind? Well, this guy on Cheers. Many of you probably seen this guy, maybe on reruns. Once again, they're always drinking beer. And you identify with these characters day in and day out. You spend 30 minutes with them every single day, right? These TV shows are about 30 minutes. Homer Simpson, King of the Hill, all these are 30 minutes. And then you might roll into another TV show. This one's called Married with Children with Al Bundy. Al Bundy, once again, he is another guy who just goes to an average job. He comes back home to an average home. He has a nagging wife, and then he also has children. Sometimes respects him, sometimes they don't respect him. And then you're like, my life is just like Al Bundy's. I also go to a very average job. I come back home to an average home. I also have a naggy wife, and I have these kids that don't really respect me. And all the day in and day out, you identify with this guy. His name is Peter, Family Guy. And over time, you may even watch South Park. Even the funniest character on South Park is Cartman, and Cartman is overweight. This is how they can install a dad bod. This is how they can install a dad bod into your subconscious mind. It's through TV shows. It's through Hank Hill, okay? It's through Homer Simpson. It's through this guy on Cheers. I don't know his name. It's through Al Bundy. It is through, I think his name is Peter on Family Guy. Over here, we also have Cartman on South Park. They're so confident you're going to develop a dad bod. They have mannequins of dad bods. They know you're going to develop a dad bod over time because you keep on watching these TV shows. And this is what is sitting down there in your subconscious mind. You think you want a six-pack, but your blueprint down there doesn't believe that you can have a six-pack at all. The blueprint doesn't believe that you can achieve anything positive with your life. Al Bundy, he is not going out there to some personal development classes. He's not reading any books. He's not listening to any audio CDs that could better his life. So you need to really re-examine your life. Re-examine where's the direction that my life is going. Let me tell you something even more sinister that they're doing to you you don't even know about, okay? What is the sinister thing that they're doing? The sinister thing that they're doing to you is that they're trying to make you feel that your life isn't going so bad. So you identify with Hank Hill over here. But they're trying to tell you in your subconscious mind, at least you're not disgusting like Bill over here. Maybe you're watching Homer Simpson. Okay? You're watching Homer Simpson and you identify with Homer Simpson. You drink like with Homer Simpson. You might even drink beer with Homer Simpson when you go back home. But they give you an out in your subconscious mind. They're trying to tell you, at least you're not disgusting like Barney over here. That's how they get you. That's how they can install these unconscious responses. You think you want a six-pack ab. You think you want vibrant health. That's not what is really down there in your unconscious thinking. What's down there are these set of characters you've been installing for a very long time. You've been watching these TV shows. You've been identifying with these TV shows. And over time, you're not going to be able to reverse the tide. Now, there are ways to reverse the tide. I had to believe that. I had to believe that by myself. So there are ways how you can reprogram the subconscious mind. And that's going to take effort. That's going to take a lot of work. And it's not going to be done overnight. It's just like they didn't install Hank Hill, they didn't install Homer Simpson, they didn't install all these other characters deep within you overnight. It's one day after the next, one day after the next. Re-examine your strongly held beliefs. Maybe inner vows that you've made over the years. Maybe some of those you made when you were young. And you can unearth them. You can reinstall new beliefs about yourself. And that's what's exciting about life. Because our life is not just stagnant, that we can't change it. You can develop new neurology. You can develop a new subconscious mind that drives you in the direction that you want. And I believe that's what I find life to be so interesting, and I would say it is a video game. Life is a video game if you choose to play the game and you continue want to up-level yourself. Most people, they don't want to up-level themselves. They continue to stay in the same pattern over and over again. They continue to watch those TV shows that reinforce that character. And they wonder why, when they're in their 30s, they're already developing a dad bod. Because that programming is already down there. In their 40s, they've already given up. Most people around late 30s, they've already given up on life. They don't believe that they can achieve six-pack abs. They don't believe they can have vibrant health. And they're trying to do behavioral changes, right? They said, I want to make a new start. I want to go to the gym, get myself a personal coach. They're trying to do their best, but they always revert back to their former self because their blueprint sitting inside of them doesn't allow them to have six-pack abs. Having six-pack abs actually gives them a feeling of unsafe. Doesn't feel comfortable. So it doesn't matter what their conscious mind thinks. Doesn't matter what their current state of mind, your logical thinking. Your logical thinking is nothing. Your willpower is really nothing if you compare to what your unconscious thinking can do. So why don't you start to learn how you can reset and create a future version of yourself in the blueprint of your subconscious mind? When you can install a new blueprint, a new picture, that person, how does that person speak? How does that person respond to people, events, situations, circumstances? And you can merge or have that person overlay your current place. That's how you can become familiarized with the future version of yourself. So I just want to jump on this call. If any of you resonate with this video, hit me in the comments below. I can discuss more. Have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll talk to you soon.